Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving into a story that has captured global attention, stirred deep emotions, and reignited conversations about love, heartbreak, and healing. Joong, the world-renowned actor, has just made an emotional confession that many believe was directed toward none other than his former wife, Son Haiko. This moment has left fans speechless. Some are in tears, some are hopeful, and others are left questioning what really lies in the hearts of these two beloved stars. So sit back, relax, and let's explore this story together. In a recent heartfelt interview, Son Joong shared words that immediately struck a chord with fans. He said, "Some wounds never heal, no matter how much time passes. But maybe, those wounds shape who we are today." Those words weren't just a statement. They were heavy with meaning, layered with emotions that seemed to come straight from the heart. Fans couldn't help but connect this to his past with Son Haiko, the love story that once captivated the entire world. So let me ask you, dear viewers, do you believe Joong was referring to Son Haiko with those words, or was it simply a general reflection on life? Comment below and share your thoughts, because the discussion is just beginning. To fully understand the weight of his confession, we must revisit the story of the Song couple. It all began in 2016 with the global hit Descendants of the Sun. Their chemistry wasn't just acting, it felt genuine, magnetic, and deeply emotional. Viewers around the world couldn't stop shipping them as a real couple. And then, to everyone's delight, fantasy turned into reality. In 2017, the two announced their engagement, and later tied the knot in a wedding that was nothing short of a fairy tale. With stars, dignitaries, and global fans celebrating their union, it seemed like the perfect love story. But just 2 years later, in 2019, came the shocking news of their divorce. Fans were stunned. How could such a seemingly perfect couple separate so quickly? Neither Joong nor Haiko revealed the true reasons, leaving only speculation, curiosity, and heartache among their supporters. Since their separation, both stars have remained mostly silent on the topic of their relationship. They focused on their careers, avoided unnecessary media drama, and maintained dignified silence. But silence, as fans know, doesn't always mean forgetting. For Joong, his recent confession seems to have opened a window into the emotions he has carried all this time. He admitted that letting go isn't always possible. That even when life moves on, the heart sometimes remains anchored in memories of love, joy, and loss. Have you ever experienced something like that? Where even after years, a person or moment still lingers in your heart? If yes, then you understand exactly what Joong was talking about. Once Joong's words hit the internet, social media platforms lit up. Hashtags like #SongJoong confession, #SongHaiko, and #SongCouple forever began trending. Fans around the world poured out their emotions, writing messages such as, "I cried hearing his words. You can feel his pain and love even now. Once you love someone like Haiko, you never really stop loving them. Please, just one more project together. We need closure for their love story." But not all fans agreed. Some argued that the past should stay in the past. It's been years. They both deserve peace and privacy. We can love them separately without forcing them back together. It's fascinating to see how divided opinions can be. What do you think, viewers? Should fans still link Son Joong and Son Haiko, or is it finally time to let them go their separate ways? Of course, any mention of Joong naturally turns attention to Son Haiko. While she hasn't directly responded to his words, fans noticed something interesting. Shortly after his confession went viral, Haiko shared a serene picture on Instagram, a quiet sunset with no caption. Fans immediately began speculating, was this a silent response? Was it closure, a sign of peace, or even a subtle acknowledgement of lingering feelings? Her silence leaves room for interpretation. And sometimes, silence speaks louder than words. Beyond the speculation, Joong's words struck a universal chord. They reminded us all that heartbreak isn't just about celebrities, it's about being human. We've all had experiences where love ended before we were ready to let go. Pain lingered even when the world expected us to move on. Memories felt like both a treasure and a burden. And that's why his confession resonated so deeply. It wasn't just about him and Haiko, it was about every one of us who has ever loved and lost. Can a love story as powerful as Song Joong and Son Haiko's ever truly end? Some fans believe that no matter how much time passes, they will always be tied to each other. Whether or not they reunite, their names will forever be linked in history as the Song couple. Others argue that life moves forward, and people must build new chapters. After all, both Joong and Haiko have continued to thrive in their careers, proving they are strong individuals outside of their shared past. What's your take? Drop your answers in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. At the heart of it, Joong's confession matters because it reminds us of something simple yet profound. Celebrities may live glamorous lives, but their hearts beat just like ours. Behind the fame, behind the flashing cameras, there are real emotions, real pain, and real healing journeys. And when someone as admired as Song Joong opens up, it gives courage to fans worldwide to also face their emotions. Maybe you've been holding on to pain. Maybe you've been struggling to let go. If Joong can admit his wounds, maybe we can all start acknowledging ours too. Alright viewers, now it's your turn. I have 3 big questions for you today. Do you think Joong's confession was directly about Son Haiko, or was it a gentle reflection on love? Would you like to see Joong and Haiko reunite, even just as friends or co-stars? Do you think fans should continue linking them together, or should we respect their separate lives completely? Drop your answers in the comments. Let's make this an open, respectful discussion, because stories like this remind us that love is never simple, and everyone has a different perspective. Song Joong's emotional confession has stirred hearts across the globe. Whether it was about Son Haiko or not, it reminded us of the timeless truth: some loves shape us forever, even if they don't last. As fans, it's natural to hope, to dream, and to feel connected to their journey. But at the same time, we must remember to respect their choices and celebrate their growth, whether apart or together. In the end, love leaves a mark, and sometimes, that mark is enough to remind us of the beauty of what once was. Thank you so much for joining me in this emotional deep dive. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss updates on your favorite stars. Until next time, stay kind, stay hopeful, and remember, hearts may break, but they also heal, and love, in one form or another, always finds its way back to us.